Hello there, welcome to another episode of NaitchPlays Pro Evolution Soccer 5. Those of you who saw the last episode where we won 3-0 against Charlton will have seen that I forgot to up the difficulty to 5 stars for this episode. Even though I said I was doing it, I actually only put it up to 4 stars at the time. Thankfully I noticed that during editing, so I have since changed it to 5 stars here. And the reason for that is because we're playing Liverpool. And they're one of the strongest teams in this game, in the English League anyway. So it's only fair if we're going to play the weaker teams on 3 stars, that the stronger teams are played on 5 stars to make up for it. So, as you can see, I've just made a quick change to the starting lineup. Joe Cole had a down form arrow, so we're going to replace him with Idiger Johnson here. He is slightly further forward than Lampard, so we'll leave him there. We have Didier Drogba making his first start of the season. I think that will be the only change to my default lineup that I'm going to make. Let's have a look at what Liverpool are playing here. So we have a 4, it says 4-3-2-1. I'm not sure I would call that a 4-3-2-1. I would call that a 4-1-1-3-1. I'm not sure. It's a strange formation, but let's see how it works in the flesh. So we were top of the table at the start of this game, thanks to our 3 goals against Charlton. I can't imagine we will keep that unless we win this game, which will be a difficult task on 5 stars, especially with balls like that. But if we have a good showing here, I think that puts us in a good position for the entire season, because this should be one of the hardest games we play. If we can win here, there's no reason we can't win against the likes of Arsenal, Man United and Newcastle on 5 stars as well. If we lose, who knows what could happen throughout the season. Personally, I wouldn't be surprised if this game ends up being a bore draw. It won't be now I've said that, but we'll see. I've not had much action at either end so far. The ball has mostly stayed in the middle of the pitch, in fact. The team has had the ball long enough to make a real attacking movement. I'm not sure we can count that one from Liverpool there either. The ball did go in the penalty area, but it was a rather weak cross. Ooh, what can we do here? We have the advantage. We have a player in the box. It goes straight over. And Robin fails to collect the ball, so we've lost it for a Liverpool throw-in. There's actually a player in the Liverpool lineup there I'm not that familiar with, Mark Gonzalez. I think I'd heard of everyone else. Oh, Crespo in here. Don't quite get the shot off. Do we have a penalty? We do. We have a penalty. That's... Oh, I'm not sure I would have taken that as a penalty. I will take it, of course. Let's just take this quickly. That's a goal for Lampard. So we're 1-0 up. That's fantastic news. I think it was in the pre-season friendlies, possibly against Juventus, where I had a penalty with Drogba, and I was too busy talking. So the game took it for me, and he skied it, and I didn't want that to happen on this occasion. The penalties on this game do seem a bit basic. There's no power from pressing the button, it seems, and unlike some of the more modern games where you can control how much distance the player actually puts on the ball towards one post, it's kind of just a Drogba ruined that. Yes, so the penalties are just a general directional shot. We should have made that too. I'm really disappointed with that. We had a 2-0 lead in almost 20 minutes, under 25. I'd have been happy to sit back on that, but we will have to persist. Oh, I think that hit the post there. I'm not sure if it bounced off check or hit the post. Could have been a scary moment there. Johnson just getting cut off by 2 players there, but we have got a free kick out of it. Makalele there to Lampard, to Duff on the side, cross it in, and that's comes straight off. I think it said Warnock. Johnson, no, that's cleared away by Liverpool. And could they have a counter-attack here? It looks like they could. We've got a couple of defenders back, and we've made a good interception to cut them off before they really get going. Drogba on the wing, not where we want him. And again, Robin doesn't seem to want to go after the ball. Not a good showing from him. I think he did manage to get an assist in the previous game against Charlton after coming off Sean Wright-Phillips at half-time. He's certainly not doing a good job here. Cisse with the shot there, but it's gone clear over the bar. Absolutely nothing to worry about there. Let's see if we can get something going through the middle here. Keep ending up on the wings, it seems. Ooh, Crespo, I don't think he was offside there. There's way too many red shirts there to do anything with it. And we had another counter-attack from Liverpool that we've managed to cut off before it really begins. I think that's the only chance I have. If they do manage to get a clear breakaway on goal, then on 5 stars they may well make a good shot on goal. We can get to half-time now. We're closing in on it. Very nice if I can get that second goal that Drogba was so close to earlier, and then I can stop worrying. I'm very worried of conceding an equaliser, because that's exactly what happened in that game against Juventus. It was an own goal, of course, so we will do our best to avoid that. We've given away a free kick, yes. I'm not sure what happened there. Quite focused on it. The play had moved on quite a bit. So another roaming shot from Cisse there, this time with his head. It's nowhere near the goal. If he continues with those, we won't have too much to worry about. Duff to Lampard. Let's see if Lampard can make a run. We've got 2 minutes of stoppage time. If we can keep the ball in the Liverpool half, I will be quite happy. I've got no idea what that was. Supposed to go to Robin on the other side. Turns out Robin's in the middle anyway, and the ball just went up in the air for no one to claim, really. So we have Liverpool making an attempt, but Gallas with the fantastic slide through there to cut that chance off for half-time. Don't need to see the penalty again. Let's have a look at these. Okay, Robin can definitely come off there. He did not play well. Let's bring on Jeremy. Okay, let's have a look at some of these half-time scores. So we have Charlton with another loss. Newcastle with a loss is great news. Tottenham are losing, although they're not as strong on this game as they have been in recent years. Arsenal drawing with Bolton. I was looking for Liverpool, and they were never going to turn up because we're playing them. Man United have won against Sunderland 1-0. So let's try and keep this 3 points in the bag here. Taking those 3 points away from Liverpool will be very useful in the long run, of course. You'd expect them to be there or thereabouts towards the end of the season. Oh, Cisse didn't quite get his his feet rather, on the ball there. If he had, we'd have been in a lot of danger. Oh, Drogba couldn't control the ball there. It was awful. I have to say, Drogba's not impressed in this game either. He's coming back to defend for some reason, possibly to defy my opinion of him. And I'm not sure what that was supposed to be from Gerrard. He just shoulder barged, I think, Gallas out of the way. We have another free kick here now, slowly making our way up the pitch. Another awful ball from Duff there. Maybe I'm just not pressing the button hard enough. It is very sensitive though, so if I overdo it, as I have with several shots, is that another penalty? It is another penalty. Wow. It's another foul on Crespo. Let's just take this one quickly again. That's a second goal for Lampard from the spot. Right, I think we can quite safely defend this lead now. Definitely sit back a little bit more, unless Crespo can get an attack there. No, he loses the ball. So we have two goals from Lampard there, which gives us a comfortable lead. As long as we can keep the ball away from Liverpool, I think we should have this one in the bag. As I lose the ball with Makelele there, so not doing too well. And we have Mark Gonzalez with an opportunity to cross the ball in. Nobody there from either team. Duff picks it up and just kind of taps the ball a little bit further up. Not quite a clearance. Right. Let's play slow. Don't want to take any risks at this point. Exactly like that. So that's what happens. You lose the ball and they start an attack. Terry, no. Carvalho, you can do this. Stop him. No. Oh dear. There's another wild shot there, this time from Louis Garcia. Liverpool seem to be just taking their chances, really. I suppose they have to when they're 2 down, and I'm playing rather defensively, but they've not had any real chances to score yet. Just wild shots from the edge of the box. If I had conceded any of those, the entire game would have been different. There's our main man Lampard there with 2 goals to his name in this one. Oh, Johnson's through. He doesn't quite make it 3. It's a good save from Dudek there. Possibly on Johnson's wrong foot. If that hadn't been, we might have been 3 up. It's good that we are keeping up the pressure. Means that they have less opportunities to break through on our goal. Especially if we can keep it in their half. Not quite sure what Drogba was doing there, just running after Steve Finnan. Ooh. Can we get the ball going here? No, we can't. Never mind. But we are keeping that pressure up. That was a risky tackle from Crespo there. He only gave away the advantage, thankfully, and didn't get the ball. Perhaps a good thing for once. Oh, good. The ball has gone off. Let's see if we can make some subs. So who needs a break? Let's take Crespo off. He's certainly looking tired. We don't have any strikers. Move Johnson up. Bring Wright Phillips on. And take Carvalho off for Michael Essien. Give him another opportunity. Had an odd game when we were playing against Charlton. Came on for Claude Makelele in the second half, and kept getting into random situations where he would lose the ball and win the ball in quick succession. Not quite impressing, but not quite disappointing either. Maybe he doesn't have much opportunity to impress with just 15 minutes on the clock here. He's also playing slightly further back in defence, but if we find that Liverpool do start piling on the pressure, then we may need him there. Makalele playing us with a good free kick there, so we can keep the ball moving forwards and into Liverpool's half. Can Lampard get a hat-trick? Nope, not quite. Let's play it very carefully here. We're actually being pressed a bit too far back for my liking. No idea whose free kick that is. Ours, fantastic. Can we get the ball? I think Wright Phillips isn't quite in the right position there, but Johnson is. Way too much pressure on young Wright Phillips here. He would have been very young at this time. Is that a free kick? Or yes, it's a free kick. I wasn't sure if we'd managed to get away with that, but Jeremy just going in for a casual slide tackle there. Duff to Lampard. Was supposed to be through to Drogba, but a deflection brings it to Johnson. Wright Phillips with the cross, and once again Duff is too short to header the ball. I feel like we've had one of those in every single game so far. You'd think Duff would learn. Not quite sure what we can do to stop him going in for those opportunities. He's supposed to be playing as a side midfielder. Not someone we want to be in the box. He should be the one doing crosses. Right, can we get a hat-trick for Lampard here? Nope, it rebounds straight off the wall for a throw-in. See if we can get someone coming close here. Makalele will do. Dribble it slowly. We don't want to take too many chances. If we can get a third, why not? Corner in from Lampard. Header from Sean Wright Phillips, who also isn't the tallest player, if I remember correctly, but at least he got a head on it. Oh, we have a breakaway through it. Oh, completely ruined by Morientes there. If he'd taken his time there and run with the ball, I feel like he'd have probably hit that pass check, but it was either a first or second touch, and definitely not enough opportunity to put any power on it. Cisse with an opportunity here and pushed him out to the wing, and he gets the ball to Morientes, who doesn't get a head on it, he just flicks it off to the side. So I think we've probably walked away with this one. Lampard again as a last minute free kick here. Can we get that hat-trick? No, it's not on target. Straight over the corner of the crossbar. So I think we're taking a 2-0 victory here. Very happy. Absolutely no complaints, even if both goals came from the penalty spot. Terry celebrating there. Right, that's all we have time for. Shall we see if Arsenal managed to get a win? Where are they? Fulham with another victory, so I think they will be up there with us, and Arsenal managed to claw it back in the end. That's all we have time for, so we'll see you next time.